Jeleni Phindi Gallery will be hosting an art auction titled Back to the Future on the 28th of November. The event aims to celebrate Africa's lasting role at the forefront of art and technology, plus the continent's art history roots dating back 26,000 years. Now, the artists showcasing hail from different parts of the continent, emphasizing the unity driving this transformative movement. To share more on the auction, we're joined by the founder of Jeleni Phindi Gallery, Lerato, and as well as contemporary artist. I didn't get your name?
Ntsikelelo.
Ntsikelelo, yes.
Yeah.
Ntsikelelo, gentlemen. Very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah.
Hey, live TV, eh?
Live TV, it's happening now.
So much is happening right now, eh?
Yeah,
because we were expecting somebody else and then you had to replace him. But thank you so much for making time to
Thank
join us this morning. First of all, let's talk about the auction and how this was conceptualized. Lerato?
Jeleni Phindi's got its roots from 1986. Was actually Jeleni is my dad's name, Phindi is my mother's name as well. So around 1986, they left their illustrious careers, which one was a policeman and one was a nurse, and then they went into fashion and retail. What I then did is that I remodeled that and we used art as a platform. So structurally, I've been at it for the last 8 years. And I made a decision sometime last year that I'm going to go full-time into this thing.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
And by the way, I need to put a disclaimer. I'm not even an artist. I'm an engineer by trade. So, so that's where Jeleni Phindi comes from. So in essence, what we're trying to do as Jeleni Phindi, as an industrial engineer, you're trying to find solutions. So I'm trying to find solutions within the African contemporary art ecosystem, whether there could be things in digital, whether there could be things having to do with mental wellness, whether there could be the incubation of artists, the development of artists, under the hashtag, no artists must starve, or no artists must die starving, So that's where Jeleni Phindi comes from. So it's basically a platform, and it's basically a movement more than anything. Why we chose Back to the Future, it's from what you did as an intro, that our artworks, especially from the San and the Koi, could be traced 26,000 before time. Before time, not AD, not after, before time as well. And art in Africa is something that's always been around, we've always been good at, but the appreciation thereof has been a bit of a challenge. And this is where we're trying to come with solutions, with a group of other artists that brings skills that are beyond an art piece. So for example, Ntsikelelo is a coach, he deals with mental wellness. Some of the artists, for example, they did the website, and we're trying to bring all of this together and have a model that can work for the future of the arts. Because the future of the arts is in Africa. It's like going to an Eskimo and trying to teach an Eskimo how to build an igloo house. It's not possible. So this is what we're trying to say.
And I suppose this has led to the evolution of the art, and I see that there's now a nexus between technology and art, like the connection between technology and the art. How does that work?
Big time. I was sharing with him that yesterday I was sitting with these young men, and we were looking at, because on the day we'll be launching our NFT store, and how do you protect artists and their copyrights using technology, using AI? How do you use machine learning? And these young men just blew my mind away. For example, you can visit a 3D art gallery. There's something that I only learned yesterday that's called virtual commerce. So basically you see on your 3D, you place it at your house, you place an order, you get an art piece. So those are the things that we're looking at and trying to find solutions to say, how do we amplify this ecosystem? Because when you talk about the ecosystem, you're taking it from the artist, you're taking it to the guy that's doing his stretch canvas, you're taking it to the person that sells the the art material, you're taking it to the buyer. So there's a lot that's happening that could actually take our economy in the African continent to the next level, because it's foreign direct investment straight into the country. And we processing it and we owning it. Because I've always had a challenge of, why do I have to get a grant to go exhibit somewhere? Why can't someone come and look at the beauty that I'm doing here and let them fly in here? So tourism, what happens? It will start benefiting as well. Because if he's having an exhibition, I need Americans, Australians, whoever, to come and see his exhibition here. And that should elevate his brand.
So the benefits are now multi-pronged.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
basically, it's looking at it from end to end
Okay.
and not just looking at the art piece.
Right.
Yes.
Show about folk rent.
Sure about for grand. That's where we
When I'm actually
are.
reading his T-shirt.
That's where we are.
That's
That's where
actually
we
a
are.
beautiful. I would call it a message, or is it a
Yeah.
movement? Just talk us briefly about it.
Yeah. So as an artist, I focus on mental wellness, men's mental wellness, and men's issues because we're dealing with quite a lot. I mean, you do know by now that we have one of the highest suicide male rates in the world. And so this was in partnership with an organization called Activate, where I was one of the speakers over the weekend at the Nelson Mandela Foundation. And the whole message was pretty much just asking your brother, sure bafu, ukrend.
That's
You
all
know,
we need.
that's all we need, ukrend
That's all we
bafu,
need.
you know, and getting
Because
it
the
as a
problem is,
habit.
yeah, nobody seems to be checking on us men.
Yeah.
Okay, sure, they may check how's work, how's everything,
Yeah.
but nobody actually checks
Yes.
how's your heart.
The being.
Yes.
How's
Yeah.
your heart?
Exactly.
How's your mind? Where are you?
Exactly.
Spiritually, where are you mentally?
Exactly.
Because
And
that's what
yeah.
we need as men. And I'm
Exactly.
actually glad that a group of people like you have taken the initiative to open up a platform for such discussions.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
And over and above that, if I may add, you find that a lot of artists, because remember, as artists, they work alone. You might produce 10 pieces. No one buys them. Now you start going through a bit of frustration, anxiety, it leads to stress, it leads to a number of things.
Because you need to bring food to the table.
So that's why now the link where he comes in into the Art Foundation and movement to say, you know, we have someone that could coach, that could mentor you
Yes.
on issues relating to mental wellness.
Yeah.
And over and above, because as an industrial engineer, for example, I can study at any university in the world.
Yeah.
There will be a certain number of us that they will be produced, will go into industry. With art, some of them, it's a gift. You know, they don't have to be trained by anyone. They just have a line and then, you know, type of thing. And then now, how do we take those artists and try and coach and mentor them to say, this is how you're going to deal with your mental wellness. This is how you're going to run your business. These are the possible revenue streams that you could use. This is the model that you could apply for yourself. Because remember one thing, the more the artists grow, the more we all grow as a country, the more we all grow as a continent. Because I have this vision that one day art is going to be the leading commodity to be exported out of this continent. Because there are so many artists that are out there instead of our minerals. Because at some point we're going to run out of our minerals.
Unfortunately, we're out of time. But gentlemen, just briefly, we're out of time, unfortunately. Just take us through your art and, you know, how you are part of this whole movement.
So I'm a contributor to the auction. I'm one of the artists that are contributing, and my art will be on display on the 28th as we launch the NFT store, and there'll be a couple of other artists. It's a great list. If you check out our social media, the posters are there. We've got absolutely a great list of artists that we'll be showing on the day. I wish we had time. I'll tell you some of their names, but yeah.
Yeah, right. Gentlemen, unfortunately, we're out of time. But thank you so much for making time to share with us, you know, what you have. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Hey?
Thank you.
Great stuff.
Thank you, my brother.
Back to the Future redefines and celebrates Africa's timeless expertise in art and technology. We just spoke to the founder and the CEO of Jeleni Phindi Gallery, Lerato, Masha, and contemporary artist Ntsikelelo Mzibomvu.